What up, YouTube? Nova8264 here. Got a little sniper pump here for you today. Kind of broke down. Had an issue with the pump handle getting stuck on the guide rod here. It starts to get stiff right about there, and might not, you probably can't hear it, it just sounds like grit, but that's how hard it is. Now imagine trying to pull it off. Okay, so we broke it down, and it tends to be an issue with this handle doing this. I guess dirt's getting inside there. There's no way of the dirt, I guess, getting out all the time, but as you saw, the pump rod there, the guide rod there, is pretty scored from the dirt and everything got in there. Now you're saying, well, why didn't you just clean it? Well, I did clean it. Even cleaned it out, sanded it and everything, and it still did this to the pump guide there, or the pump rod. So rather than just buying a new handle, a new pump handle, I decided that you know what, let's do some upgrades. And I broke it down, and I just thought, okay, so what am I going to upgrade? Well, I went on to Inception Design's website and picked up a few things from them. Simon and the guys over there. So I picked up, and this came in the mail today, a new drift pump assembly, pump handle assembly. And it comes in a little package like that. You got your spring for the pump handle, goes inside there. You got your rear sled, go on the back, and the handle, and it comes with, of course, the cocking rod, designed for mid-block, for the sniper mid-block. Set that over there. Now, first thing I noticed about this handle, it's got some weight to it. My T2 handle, I really liked. It was a clear handle. There's a really nice feel to it and everything. This one is the same way. It's got a little bit more, I think a little bit more weight to it than my T2 had, and obviously more weight than this right here, which is not, I don't think it's quite as hard a material. This is nice right here. It's got a little indentation right here for one finger, not too slick. Feels really nice. Fits on very simply there. This helps keep it from wobbling a bit on there. Keeps it straight, not binding as you pump it. So that's good. It's got, you probably can't see it there, but it's got some Delrin bushings there and there to help it for sliding. The rod itself is fully fluted all the way around, so that easy to clean out, easy for the dirt to move its way into these crevices, so that it doesn't inhibit your pump stroke too much at all. And of course, you just take it off, and hopefully just the dirt be right there, and you can clean it out real easy. I also went ahead and got the Hitman mod for it. So it will replace this plate right here, and I don't know if you can see that real well. Let me take it out of the package. These are detents. I ordered more detents. But this is the Hitman mod. It'll simply go on right here, like that. I'm sorry, turns around like that. Okay. Also, I went ahead and decided to upgrade the trigger. Even though I like the trigger on this, nothing wrong with it. I didn't want to upgrade to a slide trigger. Didn't feel like putting that much into buying a new frame and all there, but they have the Mamba trigger upgrade, and let's see if we can get it out here. And the Mamba trigger upgrade kit comes with a roller sear and a spring. It's got a little roller on the end right there. The trigger itself, and it comes with the universal hammer upgrade. This hammer is slightly, just ever so slightly taller than the one that came from Empire, but it's designed to fit all your snipers and what have you there, your cockers, auto cockers. So we're going to give that a shot. I also went ahead and got a new hammer spring. I'm going to see which one's a little bit softer. They say because this one's a little bit longer, obviously it's a little bit heavier, and with a lighter spring you can obviously have a lighter pump stroke to it. So who doesn't want a lighter pump stroke? So anyway, that's the project for this evening. Just got home and got it unpacked, so excited to get it put together and see how it looks and how it feels. So with that being said, I'm not going to bore you with all the install and stuff there, but when I get it done, we'll see how it feels and see how it shoots. Alright YouTube, we're back. We've got all the parts swapped out. Real quick, let me go over these factory parts that I'm replacing. The handle, I noticed online, and I ran into the same issue, that for some reason the stock handle tends to swell inside, causing it to bind on the guide rod. And if you take a look at that guide rod, it's supposed to be black like the tip, but as you can see, not so much. Cleaned it, sanded it, and still had issues with it sticking. So I decided that, you know what, I really wasn't crazy about this handle right here. It does the job, but it could definitely be upgraded. So decided I wanted to replace that. It has the had the Hitman mod with it. Your front block, where your guide rod goes into, with the gauge, the dual cocking rod mechanism here with the sled on the back. Also, I've replaced the trigger and the sear with the Mamba trigger and the roller sear. The new sear has a little roller bushing bearing on the end, so that it rolls off that trigger end right there smoother. And I got a universal hammer. I'm not sure what I did with the stock hammer, but and it comes came with I ordered a new spring, the Sear spring there. Okay, let me move this to the side here and let's just see what we got. I've looked on YouTube and I haven't seen, I looked for guidance on anything to look out for with you know, installing everything I was installing, and I didn't see anything. So as far as I know, this is probably the first video on YouTube to show the drift pump kit on Empire Sniper. Came in a tube right here. Inception's designs. Simon and the guys over there. The handle, really like this handle. As you can see, it's a little bigger, and so you can see it right there, a little wider than the stock handle. So different material too. It just seems to be, I don't know whether it's just polished differently or what, but it just seems to be more durable, harder material on there. Replace this guy rod. It's fully fluted, much bigger flutes on, as you can see. Maybe you can see it there. Pretty big channels on there versus the really small channels on this. So to help guide the dirt into there, so it'd be easier to clean up, hopefully. You got a single cocking rod versus the dual on this one. But as far as the stroke goes, binding and all that, nah, it's nice and smooth. On the end there, it's got a little indentation for just a finger. So as you can see, it's pretty smooth there. The trigger is more polished than this other trigger. The stock trigger came with it. I really didn't have too big an issue with the trigger. I wish I would have polished it and maybe sanded it, rounded it off a little bit more. I mean, it's not going to cut your finger or anything, but it is a little clunky feeling to it. So the Mamba trigger, sleeker, more polished, more of a blade look to it, along with the roller Sear is really smooth, and the universal hammer in here, right in here, is really easy to install, and definitely I think the only other thing I want to do is, as I mentioned earlier, is maybe find a softer spring to really smooth out that stroke even more so. My T2, CCM T2, man, all I had to do was just push it real fast and it would cock itself. I mean, it was really smooth stroke to it. This one, I think, just a little bit softer spring on the back for the hammer, and that would be the topping on it, on the cake, so to speak. Anyway, that is the Inception's Design Drift Pump Kit. The Inception's Design Mamba trigger with the roller Sear to it, and inside is the Inception's Design universal hammer and hammer spring. All right, YouTube, you'll see me out on the fields with this hopefully. Signing off.